You don't have to chase your dreams because they are actually chasing you. All you have to do is match them. Hi, my name is Peter Abundant, aka Dr. Abundant, Ph.D. and ordained minister of Metaphysical Sciences, which is ultimately the study of spirituality. I am also the author of The Enlightened Shadow and Spiritual Not Religious, both available on Amazon and Audible. When it comes to your dreams, we often have this idea that we have to go and chase our dreams. This mindset of urgency, this mindset of feeling like you have to fight for the things essentially that's meant for you. Now, you see in just that simple statement, you gain some clarity that if it's meant for you, why are you fighting for it? Why are you chasing it? Now, you must understand that it is meant for you. Why? How do you understand that? Because if it is something that is a deep-rooted yearning within you, a desire, a passion, something that you maybe even try to put aside because you were more concerned with your responsibilities, bills, money, versus actually pursuing this idea. But yet it's still coming back to you. It's still uprooting. It's still showing up. It's still haunting you. Then you have to recognize that that thing is calling you for a reason. That is because you're meant to do it. That is something to do. It has something to do with your purpose. And when you keep pushing it aside, if you keep ignoring it, avoiding it, it's going to continue to haunt you and it's going to manifest in things in your life that you really don't want. Unnecessary suffering, depression, anxiety, frustration, anger, bitterness, resentment. But when you decide to actually listen to consciousness, listen to that aspect of yourself that is divine, that is pure, that is actually the thing that is who you truly are, and you listen to this yearning, you listen to this intuitive connection, this voice that's calling you. It is basically the guide. It is the light. It is the lamp that's leading you through this dark tunnel we often call life. But that lamp, when you feed it, when you provide it with the appropriate fuel, when you protect it from, harsh winds, rainy days, it can continue to grow and illuminate more of this once dark tunnel to a beautiful gallery, right, of pictures and paintings which represent different aspects of your life, different moments, different memories, okay, that you can look at and be inspired, feel confident, feel happy, feel joyful. And so you really want to understand that this thing that you wish to attract is seeking you probably more than you are seeking it. Now, what I'm going to share with you is 5 things that's very important for you to keep in mind, to practice, to contemplate, right? To move forward in your life when you are consciously living this spiritual journey. So that way you can actually attract by aligning yourself, being the self that actually creates and materializes this thing. So the first thing you want to do, we already got into it, is you want to differentiate between chasing versus attracting. Recognizing that it's not that the universe is fighting you and doesn't want you to have this thing. It's not that there is only a few to go around. And if you're not acting a certain way, if you're not being more aggressive, if you're not moving fast enough, that somebody else will get it and you won't. That's just not how it works. What you have to understand is that this thing is meant for you. Now, the question you should be asking is, when we say it is meant for you, who is the you that we're talking about? Is it the you in this present current moment? Perhaps not. Is it the you that is in proper alignment with that thing? Is it the you that actually knows how to nurture, maintain, cultivate, take care of, grow that thing You see, because right now, who you are being, especially when we think about the mindset of chasing versus attracting, it is not in alignment with you recognizing that thing is meant for you. So there's already a example of a disconnect between who you are now versus who you must be and will be, trust me, in order for you to actually have that thing, to attract that thing, for that thing to actually come to you, because you must be ready for it. You must be in alignment of it. You must be the person that has it. It isn't, people think that it's a matter of having it and then you be the person that has it. No, you must be the person that has it in order to have it, to attract it. Okay. So it's not about chasing something. It's not about chasing, because chasing is about lack. It's about being desperate. Okay. It's about not really living in alignment with abundance, which is who you and what you truly are. So when you attract, you are actually aligned with it, understanding that that is what you're meant to have. That is essentially you. You understand? So change the mindset from chasing, change the mindset from thinking that you have to fight for this thing. Yes, you have to practice alignment. You have to be mindful. You have to just continuously take this journey consciously, and you will eventually, based on this physical realm of law and time and space, you will get there. But in your mind, what you need to do is already be there. Okay. And then those things will eventually find you. They will attract, right? They will be attracted by you rather than you thinking that you need to go after it. Okay. Now we're going to get more into that now. So the second thing you want to do is you want to get clear as to what it is you desire. Like, how many times have you actually written it down? How many times have you actually contemplated and thought about, listen, what do I want? What do I really want? What do I really desire? I talk about a lot the difference between want and desire. Want is more egotistical, very superficial. Desire is very deep rooted, really getting deeper into why you want the thing that you want. What is that thing that you want actually creates and gives you? That is the desire. You see, I use money as the easiest example. People want millions of dollars. Why though? What does the millions of dollars look like, or what does that create for you? Right? Does it create a sense of freedom, autonomy? Right? Does it mean that you can live exactly how you want? Then that's really what you want. That's really where you want to focus your desire. That's where you want to focus your attention. So it's important to be very specific about your desires. Okay. Don't just think about what sounds good. Don't just think about what other people are creating for themselves. Don't look at social media and say, well, this person likes this and this and this, and they're creating this, and therefore I want that as well. Yes, you want the fulfillment, the happiness, the joy that they are experiencing. But you have to recognize that because you are not them, your path to creating that fulfillment and happiness is going to be completely different than theirs. Many people look at others, do whatever it takes to follow that blueprint, achieve the thing, but yet still feel a great sense of unease, right? Being not satisfied, completely miserable, because they were chasing somebody else's dream, not their own. This is important. Follow your own voice. Understand what your voice is showing you, is saying to you. Okay. And then you can actually move forward in that sense. So clarity makes alignment very easy. You have to really spend time with yourself, really get clear as to what happiness, what joy, what fulfillment looks like to you. When you do that, then you really have done so much to that point, right? You've done a lot of the work, because most people don't even spend time doing that. Once you have clarity as to what you desire, that is pretty much half the work done, because it's in your mind. It is clear to you. Once you start understanding the importance of clarity and the power of the mind, you start to recognize that, hey, if you have a clear image of what it is that you desire, materializing it is just simply a matter of taking and being like really mindful about the steps that you take, right? The things that you do, recognizing the opportunities. That's all it is. We tend to think that those things are the hardest, but it's really the clarity as to what you desire is what people fall short on. They're not spending enough time with themselves to actually recognize what it is that you want. And when you do that, then everything else is just a matter of matching, right? Things falling into place and being able to recognize situations, people, places, time, right? And then you can actually make the arrangement of putting those things together, which will obviously materialize the thing. It will, when you put yourself in a space of clarity as to what you desire, you actually shift and begin to align with that desire. When you get really deep into the desire, when you get deep into what it is that you are seeking, desiring, then you get closer to that thing because now it is actually in your mind. So then you start to align yourself with that. You see how already we are aligning ourselves with the thing that we desire by simply getting clarity as to what we desire. When we start thinking about what other people are desiring and what other people are creating and materializing, and then we think, oh, this is what I want, right? Wanting being very superficial without getting into the deep-seated essence of the desire of the one, then you start to really recognize, okay, it's simply a matter of owning, right, this state. It's simply a matter of getting a good idea, a clear picture, a good visualization of the thing. And then that's when you just simply recognize the patterns of how you actually make it happen, because then you actually become that person. You see, visualizing, understanding the clarity of the desire is actually shifting you to be the person that has the thing, because now you see it clearly in your mind's eye. And that's when we get into the third thing, embodying the vision. You see, you have to embody this vision. You can't just simply have the vision and not think about it often, not talk about it, not feel the excitement of it, not move when you feel something is in motion that is aligning you with attracting that thing. You have to be the person. Getting clarity about it is the shift in the right direction because now it's in your mind. It's in your mind's eye, it's in your conscious mind. But now we have to get it into the subconscious. We have to put it into action by doing. You see? So you start to think, feel, act like the version of you that already has that thing. That's the beauty of it, right? That's the magnet. That's you actually becoming the magnet. You actually aligning your frequency with that desire. And now, because you are embodying that desire, guess what? That desire recognizes the magnetism, the frequency that you're putting out, and then it comes to you. Okay? The fourth thing you want to do is simply let go of the need to control the how. Now, this is a very important topic because I find that people are very divided on the how. Now, some people say, don't focus on the how, that's the universe's job. Now, my approach is you are one with the universe, so it's really your job. Now, that being said, you don't have access consciously to the infinite wisdom of the universe, all the things and the intricacies that's happening in the universe. But you do have the ability to recognize it. You do have the ability to align with it, to listen to it, right? Intuition, gut feeling, premonition, instinct, right? Deja vu even. Those are all signs. Those are all things of ways that the universe is communicating to you. Angel numbers, synchronicities. And so when you are on this journey, you have to recognize those signs. You have to recognize how your oneness with the universe is actually how it exists, right? How that communication is happening between you and that which we call the universe. Just like your conscious mind is communicating with your subconscious and your unconscious mind is communicating with your conscious mind. Like, so now we have the superconscious, right? That part of you, the higher self. That's another element. Those things are constantly in communication with one another. You just have to recognize and see how it looks and what it looks like, what it feels like, in order for you to learn how to listen. So the how. The how is really you recognizing that, one, you have a physical body. You have hands. Hands are meant to do stuff. The physical body is meant to move. So you have a brain. The brain is a strategist. The brain's objective is to, purpose is to figure out things, puzzles, problem solve, right? So you have to understand that you have to utilize those things in order to actually create or put yourself in a position of attracting that thing, that desire. So it's not about forcing outcomes. It's not about not acknowledging that there is a divine essence or existence that surrounds you, that is in support of you. Okay. It's not about forcing that, but it's about acknowledging that attraction works through surrendering to that higher self, but also doing what you can see and understand yourself to make an actual impact. Like asking yourself, what is my role? What can I do right now? Is extremely important. You won't be able to do it all, right? You won't be able to see every single detail and nuance of the creation or the materialization or the attraction of the thing. But you are able to see the next step. And that's what your job is. See the next step. See the opportunity of that next step before you so you can actually execute on it and do it. That's what your job is. That is the how. The how is really recognizing you have a physical body, physical hands, right? You have a brain, so you can figure out, okay, these are the things that I can do right now. Allowing for your higher self, the universe, to actually do its part. Okay. Remember, you are one with the universe, not separate. You are not co-creating, you are creating. It's just simply a matter of recognizing that the universe is a mind, is an intellect, is a consciousness that is one with you, available to you, but you just simply have to learn the language that it's how it's speaking, how it's communicating to you. All right. And then the final thing is, we talked about action. But it's really important that you get into aligning yourself with daily actions, right? Daily practices that align with your desire, with your vision. You have to move. You have to take action. We are in a physical world for a reason. The spiritual is, yes, the reality. That is the truth. That is the essence of everything. That is the foundation. But we have to also acknowledge the contrast of that, which is the physical realm, which is the material world. And so we have to do both. We have to visualize, connect with consciousness, gain clarity as to our desire, recognize that you are meant for that it is waiting for you, and you have to align with that. But then we also have this other aspect, this other contrast of the physical realm where things happen, time, place, right? Space, right? Material things, movement, those things need to happen as well. So take inspired steps, stay consistent, stay focused, stay in a space too with gratitude with it, with the ability to actually take action in the moment. That is a big thing. It's like we often think about gratitude as separate from action. And, if you even hear people talk about action, But the important thing about consistency, the trick with consistency, I find, is that though, yes, you want to be in a space where you are grateful for the visual, right? The desire that is in your mind, that already exists in your mind. You have to be grateful for the ability to even do what you're doing in order to create the desire that you want. So, for example, if I want to write a book, I have to be grateful that I had the ability to conceptualize an idea, that I have the ability to help and support people, that I have the ability to write or type or speak, right? In order to actually formulate this book. And as I'm doing it from word to word, from page to page, I am actually being grateful that I am doing that. That is what's going to carry you into a space of not just doing it because, oh my God, I'm not enjoying this, but I want to write this book. So I'm just going to push my way through it. Sometimes it is like that. Discipline is a very important aspect of getting over that. But once you start, the gratitude and your ability to do it in the first place is going to carry you into the gratitude of actually materializing that thing. So action is very important. Your mindset while you are in action, being consistent, is one of recognizing how important gratitude is. It will definitely help you to be consistent, to enjoy, literally enjoy the journey of creating, doing, embodying, aligning with that desire. So that way you actually have fun in the process of attracting that thing. Okay. So what I ask you to do is to, you're not meant to run after your dreams. That's just not how it's meant to happen. It doesn't even make sense, the statement of running after your dreams. Chase your dreams, right? What you're meant to do is to become the version of you who draws them in, okay? What you're supposed to do is allow your mind, just like when you're actually dreaming, relax, be yourself, and let those dreams actually show you the way to actually creating them, to actually attracting them. The dreams are the blueprints. They're already showing you by simply having them. They're giving you all the information and insight that you need to align with them, to embody that essence. Okay. So simply follow these steps, and you will find that it'll be actually a simple process, an enjoyable process of actually attracting the things that you desire versus chasing them. Thank you so much. Feel free to go to drabundant.com, subscribe to my daily newsletter, and get access to this free ebook, The Power Within. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.